MTV News recently made a video, 2017 Resolutions for White Guys. To give a brief summary of that video, it was a bunch of pretentious, condescending nonsense that didn't go over that well with many people.
Hey fellow white guys,
it's about to be a new year,
and there's a few things we think you could do a little bit better in 2017.
In fact, the backlash against it was so bad that they pulled it down. I've already seen a lot of good responses to that, so I didn't feel like doing a video myself, but then I couldn't help but remember, a little over a month ago, MTV News posted a video saying that MTV Decoded doesn't hate white people.
Finally, we're gonna answer the question you've all been asking. Why does Decoded hate white people? Well, we don't.
Now, I find that really ironic that you have a person who hosts a show for MTV News called MTV Decoded, where they're talking about how much they don't hate white people, and then later, MTV uploads a video that's like, by the way, here's all the problems we have with white people. Let's be fair for 1 second and assume they were just talking about the show Decoded, and that doesn't necessarily represent MTV News as a whole. Now in that video, she does talk a lot about issues with society and such, but that's not the point I want to focus on. I want you to listen to this.
The problem is it's hard to get mad at systems and institutions instead of taking these conversations personally. So let's check in with your feelings. Are you A, B, or C, mad at me for talking about this because it's easier to direct your anger towards someone making you feel guilty instead of being angry at the complicated as world of institutional racism? You might have noticed, nowhere in there did I say white people are the problem. So the next time you have the urge to say, Francesca hates white people, and because talking about racism automatically makes a lot of white people uncomfortable, they sometimes begin to think they're being personally attacked or blamed. So don't be mad at me, be mad at the stats. Thanks so much for watching. We don't hate anybody. We'll see you next time right here on Decoded.
Throughout that video, Francesca does a lot to say, don't get mad at me, don't get offended at what I say, we don't hate white people.
But when these issues are brought up, too often people accuse us of bias against white people.
Hey fellow white guys,
it's about to be a new year,
and there's a few things we think you could do a little bit better in 2017.
You do realize that video that MTV News pulled down is part of the reason why people think you have a bias against white people? But as I said earlier, let's just be fair and assume that Decoded isn't representative of MTV News as a whole. So let me give you a hypothetical scenario. Let's say I wanted to have a conversation with you about social justice issues, and then I have all these friends around me that are saying all this offensive stuff, and I say, oh, don't mind them. Don't pay attention to any of the stuff they're saying that you personally don't like. Don't be offended at it. Don't be upset at it. Don't be mad at me. Just listen to what I'm saying. I highly doubt that you'd want to have a conversation with me in that kind of a situation, and that's the problem you're running into right now. You keep insisting you don't have a bias against white people, and then MTV News posts this video that implies there is, in fact, a bias against white people within MTV News. But that's pretty much all I have to say. I'll see you guys in the next video.